You know what? I think I'm finally over my ex. I think I'm ready to start dating again. Oh no. Oh no. No, not again. Why am I thinking about her? Why? Why? Hi there, my name is Patrick Wu. I'm the author of the book, The Art of Wooing. And on this channel, I help you get into a relationship with the lover of your dreams so that you can escape the dating game altogether. In today's episode, I want to address a question that a lot of my clients ask me. And it's a version of this. Hey Patrick, how do I move on from my last relationship because I keep thinking about her? And if you've ever been in that situation where you're in a relationship with someone for a good while and you want to move on, but you keep thinking about her, or you find someone that you see as your type and you feel like you saw her as someone who was the one that got away, well, this kind of applies to you. And what happens with this situation is you think about her a lot. Even though you want to move on from this current situation, you want to move on from this relationship to a new relationship, you can't because you keep thinking about her. Whether you think about her a lot or whether you're doing something and all of a sudden, bam, you're like hit with like, I keep thinking about her, I keep having these thoughts of her. So we're gonna be talking more about how to deal with this situation. So here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, they try to handle what's happening in their internal world from the external world, right? So maybe you've tried this yourself. Maybe you've tried to move on from this person by distracting yourself through hobbies, or maybe you're trying to date someone so that this person can distract you from the thoughts that you have of the last person you dated. Or maybe you've tried to sleep with other people in order to get her out of your mind. And so I know I've tried these kind of different things in the past, and yeah, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But the thing that I've seen that helps the most is if you have a better understanding of what your thoughts are actually telling you. And there's a phrase that I really like that goes something along the lines of 99% of what you think is not helpful. And so if you just see that that is true, then that can be extremely helpful. Because a lot of times we're gonna be having thoughts, right? We're humans. We have a thing called consciousness. So we're able to experience a lot of thoughts going through our mind. And the thing is, you're always gonna have a lot of thoughts throughout the day. But you don't need to focus on every thought. You don't need to give significance to every thought. And sometimes you might have a thought that might not be very helpful, and you don't have to focus so much on it. And that's the key, right? A lot of times whenever we think about someone, for instance, like the last person you dated, or the last person you were in a relationship with, or the last person that you wish this relationship went somewhere but it didn't, well, whenever you're thinking about that person, just because you're thinking about that very thought doesn't mean you need to put significance into it. It just means you're having a thought in that moment, and if you don't spend too much time on that thought will pass by if it's not an enjoyable thought. And a lot of times those thoughts are not that enjoyable because you're having a hurt moment or a moment where you're not at ease with that situation. And so you might go, oh no, regret. I'm thinking about her again. And a lot of times our thoughts are not telling us about what we need to do in the situation. Our thoughts are just telling us what our current mood is. So when you're experiencing an unpleasant thought like the one that we were talking about, such as you messing up something with the last relationship, or you regretting saying something that didn't move the relationship forward, well, it's not telling you really about that situation. It's telling you more about where your current mood is at the moment. It's telling you, hey, you might not want to think about this thought too much because it's going to get into your head a lot and you're going to really hurt yourself, causing you to just get distracted about this situation. It's going to get you to worry, or it's going to get you to think about the situation when you can't really do anything about it now. Maybe you should just let go of that thought and move on. So what it's really telling you about the situation is for you to let go of that situation. It's not telling you that you have to work on yourself more in order to get over that thought. It's just telling you about your current state of mind. your current mood. So right now, I'm in a really happy relationship with my queen, my love of my life. Even though I'm in a super happy relationship with her, I might randomly just get random thoughts about an ex from like years ago or a recent ex or whatever. But the thing is, I'm not putting too much meaning behind those thoughts because it's just a thought. I could go, oh, I'm having this thought about my ex. It must mean something about the situation that I need to resolve. Or it could just be that I had a thought about my ex and I can just let that one pass by. The more I obsess about this thought and what the meaning is about this thought, the more I'm gonna torture myself because I know I'm in a really happy relationship right now. And so whenever I have a thought of an ex, it's just a fun thought. Now here's the part that gets a little tricky because we also have this thing called intuition. And your intuition will tell you if it's time to really move on or if it's time to just kind of slow things down a little bit from moving on. So if inside your head, you're thinking a lot about that last relationship that didn't work out and it's screaming really loud in your head, well, just because it's screaming really loud in your head doesn't mean that it's true or that you need to pay more attention to it. Perhaps it might be telling you to actually pay less attention to it because if you're really caught up in your own head, you're gonna really just hurt yourself thinking about this too much and that you should just let it go. So thank you so much for listening and hopefully it has been helpful to you. If you want more tips on finding that love of your life, then click on this next video right over here on how you can do that. Enjoy, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you real soon.